So the new 2024 Mark 4.5 facelift Ford Focus ST edition, limited to 300. We now have full details of the car. As I'll go through here, as you can see from it looks so cool. I'm super excited that they've kind of announced this car and it's still happening. I'm filming this on the 11th of April 2024. And basically, I'm going to go through a few things. I'm going to go through the Ford official website. This is in the UK. And yeah, as you can actually see, just a little briefly here, limited to just 300 vehicles. Now, I believe that will be 300 in the UK. Super limited, super exclusive. Ford have actually obviously announced quite a bit of information around this kind of car. They've also put up a nice little video actually, just sort of sharing the Focus ST edition. I'm also going to talk about the model and the configurator because as you can see, it is now available to kind of order. We'll go through a little bit around that and also check on the used market on Auto Trader just to see previous models of the Focus ST edition, including ones that are up for sale, and a little bit around prices and how that's been affected too. But I think, you know what, we'll start with this lovely video that Ford have done, and I've just been checking it out today. And yeah, I'll play that and yeah, see what you guys kind of think of it. I'll probably mute the sound to be fair, just because yeah, I can kind of overlay it. Yeah, so the most complete hot hatch ever. That's kind of how they're marketing it. And yeah, I've got to say, I want to know where these roads are, where they're trying it. That Azura paint, which is the exclusive nature for the car, yeah, that's specific to the ST edition, looks so special. It looks great with the black wheels. I mean, they've got a great day for filming that, and some great cinematography there from Ford, I've got to say, with the tracking car. And you can see, like, obviously the dials and yeah, the track pack, basically inspired sort of KW suspension. And yeah, it's a super flat car. I've driven the track pack a lot, which is essentially the same as this ST edition. And yeah, Ford are kind of doing it. And that's the little video. It's not a particularly long clip. It's a 47-second clip. That's just a little bit of what Ford kind of show. This is on the official website. So if you go onto the UK website now, it's got this. And it just basically said Ford Focus ST, the ultimate performer. And it explains the power, 280 PS, 420 newton meters of torque, 0 to 65.7 seconds. Now that's from the 2.3 litre EcoBoost engine. And one thing I can say about this car is it's very torquey. That's what I've experienced from driving the Mark 4.5 facelift plenty of times on my channel. In fact, I'm actually driving it again on this weekend. I'm driving the estate in manual from a kind subscriber. So yeah, subscribe, like, share. This is a community channel. So yeah, feel free to get involved. And yeah, I'm super excited to try that one too. I've tried the auto, but not the manual. This ST edition, incidentally, is only available in hatch and in the 6-speed manual. So that's all you're going to get. Some nice pictures kind of shown here, but the key thing that I was really interested about was how many it's limited to. They say sort of here, ST Performance at its peak, limited to 300 vehicles, 300 limited, and I believe it will be 150 batches. So I believe for Q2, so quarter 2, which is what we're in now in 2024, you'll probably get 150, and then for Q3, it will probably be another 150. But let's just go through exactly what they say here. Introducing the new Ford Focus ST edition, offering tunable on-track performance for driving enthusiasts. And that on-track performance is actually really interesting because I've driven a Mark IV ST on track around Thruxton, and I remember thinking this is a great daily but not quite a track car. With this, it's firm and it's very firm for the road, but it's good on track and it's just it's so much fun. The 2.3 litre EcoBoost engine, complemented by the track pack, which has the adjustable KW automotive suspension. KW makes some great suspension kits, and yeah, some of the best, and that's manually kind of adjustable, and you can kind of set the ride height and everything. I love how it says oversized 363mm Brembo brakes. Yeah, that's quite interesting because yeah, the brakes are like, yeah, they're massive. In fact, there's a nice picture here. There's some really nice pictures actually on the Ford website, and the brakes are absolutely huge. And the key about this as well, actually, while I've got kind of the wheel up on screen, it's got the Pirelli P0 Corsa tyres, which is basically almost like a track slick kind of tyre, in competition with, say, like the Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2. So really fun to kind of drive. Huge brake calipers, and it's got lightweight flow formed wheels as well in gloss black. That all kind of adds up. It adds up a lot for unsprung weight as well, albeit with the extra size in the disc, that's going to increase a little bit of weight. One thing I would say about the standard Mark 4.5 facelift Focus ST is that it didn't really need any extra brakes. It felt good on the brakes, but you know, it's even more powerful now. It's even better. And yeah, it does make a huge difference, and it does enhance the dynamics. Completely agree. I'm big on not increasing power. You know, it hasn't got any increase in power. Increasing, you know, really sophisticated, expensive suspension, you know, expensive wheels, bigger brakes, that kind of thing, slick tyres. You know, that's more important, particularly for someone who really wants to drive a car. So that's exciting. So as I said, limited to just 300 vehicles, available exclusively in Signature Azura Blue with contrast black, with black contrast elements, including alloy wheels and rear spoiler, finished with motion blue interior stitching. Someone did comment about that, yeah. So it's got some, I believe that's extra from a standard Focus ST, although I believed from looking at them in the past, they all kind of had blue. So I'm sort of curious about what that exactly is. And hopefully I'll try and find out a little bit more as I go through the images. For a refined feel, complete with winter pack, driver assistance pack and B&O sound system as standard. So it comes well optioned. It doesn't come fully optioned, which is something I'm going to go through with the configurator. But I'll just go through a couple of these pictures now just because they look really, really nice. Yeah, just one of the gloss black spoiler shown there. You've got, what a day to do some filming. If anyone knows where this was actually filmed, let me know in the comments, because it looks like a special place and a special road. A bit more about the interior. So as I said, the 6-speed manual. Ford have done a really good job with the infotainment, actually. And hey, maybe VW with the Golf, who've now they kind of improved it with their Mark 8.5 facelift, could kind of potentially look at. I think it's cool. It works really, really well. Yes, it's a bit stuck on. It's a big screen, but the functionality is great, and it's got some really cool like track-inspired features. You can just see there it says like performance gauges. Ford are great on that. They're super fun. Gearbox is really fun. The shifter's really, really good. I've loved it just from the track pack. And this is obviously just, you know, by the fact that it's limited to 300 and in blue is the key. Now, it said the blue stitching. Can anyone spot that from some of these images? Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. It's not blown away. Yeah, there is a bit of blue stitching dotted around. Ford Performance seats, great seats. Replaced the Recaros from the Mark IV generation. There's a bit more blue stitching as well. Hey, classic Ford. That's the kind of colour. Yeah, and actually, we'll go straight onto the configurator, actually, the build and price, which I've preloaded up here. So now you get 7 sort of options from the Focus ST, or Focus in general. And then you've got the ST edition on the right-hand side here. And it just basically says the key features. Track pack, including 19-inch flow-formed wheels in high-gloss black, the 363mm Brembo brakes, adjustable coilover suspension, Azura blue exterior paint and high-gloss accent, unique motion blue interior trim stitching. Interesting to know what that was. Dynamic matrix LED lights with glare-free technology, B&O premium audio, driver assistance pack. So that's interesting. And actually, what did they say? They said here it comes with winter pack, driver assistance pack, and B&O standard as standard. But then on the actual ordering, B&O comes as standard on a normal ST, and so does the lights. Maybe the driver assistance pack doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't show that here on the normal ST. So that's interesting. You're saying you can't really compare and contrast, really. But if we just go and actually, check it out for real. So as you can see, just there's one option to choose from in terms of the drivetrain, the power, front-wheel drive, 2.3 litre, super cool. One colour, the best colour. What a cool car. I mean, flipping heck. I had a Focus RS edition, and it only came in blue. My feeling is that that's the best colour for Ford. That was limited to 500. Absolutely love that car. I had that for 6 months, did 3,000 miles. Just a brilliant car. Looked amazing too. And yeah, it also had black wheels. It had blue brake calipers actually. But yeah, that was special. And obviously a blue RS badge as opposed to being red. But this works well. I think they always look good. Black roof as well at the top. Pretty cool. It's a good, and it makes a good noise as well, the manual. I'm not too sure what more restrictions are going to come into place in 2024 from legislations, but they make a good noise from stock. And you could always pop into your friends at Mountune or Revo if you wanted something a little bit more. But this is pretty special. Go for the interior, and it says blue stitching. Ford do such dark interiors. I mean, this is not just my computer. I've got a pretty insane laptop, to be fair. So it's hard to tell. I'm going to have to see this in person, really, I think. And I am going to check with some Ford dealers to try and get that up close and personal for you guys, just to show what it's like. I'll do some filming and see what I can get to. But this is what surprised me, actually. Going to the extras, I would have thought they would have just included everything, particularly stuff like heads-up display. Appreciated, maybe some people don't want that. But if you're paying, I mean, we'll say the total price is up to 42,905 at the moment. But let's just say you're going to go for this car, go for all the options. So let's say you went up for heads-up display, blind spot information with blind spot assist. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty handy. And trailer coverage, that's cool. E-Cool, I don't know what that is. What is that? It just says E-Cool. Maybe it's some sort of Ford assistance. Parking pack, active park assistance, door edge protectors, wide view camera. I would say that's important. Rubber floor mats. I probably wouldn't do anything with the floor mats because I wonder if it's going to be exclusive anyway with the ST edition. A bit of hit and miss with that. But as you can see, not fully option. But let's just say you go for the few things: the parking pack, the heads-up display, and the blind spot pack, and go to summary. The car is 44,105. Maybe Ford will throw in some of those discounts if you chat to them and try to order it. But that's the configuration. And actually, if you see one of their sort of like ordering calculators with what sort of deals they could potentially do, what's the APR they're showing at the moment? 7.5%, fixed borrowing rate 5.7. So it's not great. Ford can sometimes do sort of like 0% sometimes, but it just depends what you're kind of putting down and what you're doing and how you're kind of funding the car. But yeah, I'm super excited. This is great. This is great to see. But what do you want to know? And it says, explore ownership costs. I'm big on ownership costs. Well, you can tell how much this car is going to cost you by the total cost of ownership. And you can judge that by looking at the previous Focus ST edition, which was limited to 300 as well. Very, very good to contrast that. I believe that car was about £36,000 new. I've been tracking this exactly, this one near me. It's just in Radlett. And this car's had all sorts of changes in its price. And as you can see on screen, literally yesterday it went down by £1,939, 7%. So they had it up at 26,889 and they reduced it to 24,950. That is basically off the back of the facelift version of this ST edition. And obviously people who have the old version are going to want to probably get out of them and get into the new one. That's kind of what I'd be thinking. But yeah, that's how the market changes. There you go, there's £2,000 gone. And that's a car now at 24,950. So that gives you an idea of kind of what you can expect. This is on a 2021 plate, so 3 years old. You can kind of expect the car to lose that much, not as much as a normal Focus ST, so it's going to do better on that front, but it will lose some money. And there's 3 up for sale, so it is really limited, actually, the previous version. And it's got 2 up for sale from the newer model, but I would just contact your Ford dealer if you kind of want to get one and kind of go from there. Yeah, I think it's a special car. I'm glad Ford are making it. I'll be sure to try and get a little bit more information. Certainly in person, I think that's the next step for me, to just get up in person with the car and see what it's like, see what that paint looks like in the sun. I mean, Ford have done a great job with sort of like the images and their photography. The gloss black accents look nice, and it drives well, and it's good fun. Something that you can't, you just can't, it's just the feeling. That's the idea. It's a fun car to drive. Yes, it's not the fastest car in the world. Yes, it's not the most powerful car in the world. It's not even the most cheapest car in the world when you look at the price. And it's not an RS. It's not got four-wheel drive, but it's a fun car to drive. And I'm probably one of the only people that can really, really say that, because I've driven plenty of track pack models. I've driven plenty of Mark 4.5 facelifts. I've driven the hatch, driven the manual, driven the auto, driven the estate. And you can check that all out on my channel, actually. And yeah, like, share, subscribe. I am a big Fast Ford fan. And I do like to help the community, because Ford really didn't share anything about this car until literally yesterday, which is when I did my announcement video. I kind of heard about it earlier and was sort of sharing details on it. So I think build it up, because if it is the last one, if they're not going to do anything more, hey, we should enjoy it and should, just, enjoy the passion of it all. I like going to my Ford events as well. I like going to Fast Ford in Bewley. If people go down there in the New Forest, they do events like Silverstone. You go to owners meets and things. And this is now potentially the last one, potentially. See what consumers decide with the future, with electric or hybrid or however it goes. But for now, I'll leave it with this image. And yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments of what you think about this Focus ST edition. Will you be ordering one? Will you be thinking about getting it? What's your kind of thoughts? And yeah, really, really interested to know. And yeah, like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, if you're a subscriber to the channel, welcome back. And if you're new to the channel, yeah, it's great to have you here. And I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments and in future videos. Have a great rest of your day.